Hi guys, so I've actually been on the lookout for a co-host for this channel recently, but like many of you out there, I've been doing my part and self-isolating for the last week or so, which has made that job slightly more difficult. However, once again, and in keeping with the theme of this channel, the wonderful country of China has come to the rescue with a cheap and effective solution. Just bear with for a second. Hello and welcome back to another tasty little Trace Velo production. My name, as always, is Luke, and this is my co-host, Tracy. She's quite shy. She doesn't speak much, or she hasn't said anything yet, actually, but she'll get there. So you may have noticed a recent trend in my videos, and that's basically because I have been on the lookout for some nice, cheap ways that I can easily drop some of the weight out of my bike setup behind me. Now, to be fair, if you're looking to drop some big weight from your bike in one go, then the best components to look at are probably the wheels. So if you're rocking a pretty standard set of training rims like these, then a pair of these can weigh close to, or maybe a bit more than 2 kilograms. And if you swap them out for a nice set of carbon rims, then you can quite easily drop 500 grams or maybe a bit more from your bike. However, a nice set of carbon rims can be pretty expensive. I mean, the ones on my bike here behind me are 700 bucks or around 550 quid. Now, they do save me a decent chunk of weight when compared to my basic training wheels, but still, that's a hell of a lot of moolah for most people. However, there are plenty of other ways that you can drop some decent weight from your bike for a fraction of that price. So I've covered the saddle, the handlebars, and the crank here in previous videos, but I have 2 other components to showcase for you today. The first of which is a component that I suspect quite a lot of people overlook, and that is the humble quick release skewer. So these are a pretty basic set of quick release skewers. They are Shimano branded, as you can see, and came standard on my set of training wheels. Nothing particularly special about them, to be honest with you. Stainless steel construction, nice and durable, and have lasted me years and years, easy peasy. Now the weight comes in at 151 grams for the pair. You may be thinking to yourself, yeah, that's not bad, that's pretty lightweight. All said and done, well, let me show you these bad boys. So these are a pair of lightweight quick release skewers that I picked up on Aliexpress a few months back. Now the shaft is actually made from titanium, which is pretty awesome. And the levers and bolts on each end are milled from aluminium. They also have little brass inserts where the levers clamp to the little cups at the end to reduce friction, which is quite cool. The brand is Cactus, which you can see here. And they cost me less than £8, £7.74 to be precise, so around $9. So pretty flipping cheap. And the weight, 52 grams for the pair, so just under 100 grams less than the standard set, basically 1/3 of the weight. So yeah, pretty impressive stuff. So I've had these new titanium skewers on my bike here since around November last year, so I've been riding them constantly for about 4 or 5 months, and yeah, they've been absolutely fine. They've given me no issues. I mean, they're just quick release skewers at the end of the day, but they get the job done no problem. So yeah, can recommend these bad boys. Now, next up for the cheap Chinese treatment, we have the bottle cages here. So again, this is a pretty basic aluminium bottle cage. Not much to show here really. I use these for years and years. Cost me about £5, and I think I got them from Halfords actually, and comes in at 62 grams on the scales. Now this is a cheap Chinese carbon bottle cage, which again, I picked up on Aliexpress. It appears to be a Bontrager branded bottle cage, as you can see, and it could well be legit. I'm not actually sure, to be honest with you. The build quality is certainly decent, and they've lasted me 4 or 5 months of consistent use. The one issue I would note is a small chip in the carbon here, where the bottle is pulled in and out, but that happened very soon after I installed them, and it's not got any worse or affected it at all really. So I picked up 2 of these for £15 or around 17 or 18 bucks from Aliexpress, as I said, and they come in at 16 grams each. So yeah, pretty flippin' lightweight. Replace 2 of the aluminium bottle cages, and that's a saving of 92 grams. So the quality of these bottle cages did actually surprise me. I assumed that they would be really flimsy and crack, especially where they affix to the frame here using these bolts. But I mean, so far so good. I've ridden them for around 4 or 5 months again, and they hold on to bottles absolutely fine. Like I've never had a bottle fly out of the cage when I've gone over a bump or anything like that. They are gonna be less durable than the aluminium ones they've replaced. You can kind of feel that as soon as you get them in your hands. Give them a good smack, and I'm sure that they would crack. But I mean, as with the titanium skewers, these cages, they get the job done. I mean, I've had absolutely no issues with them, and yeah, I can recommend these. Pretty impressive stuff, I would say, for the price. So the total cost of these new skewers and bottle cages comes in at £23 or around 27 bucks. So not much at all really. And with the pretty standard setup that they've replaced on my bike, I've actually saved 191 grams. And to put that into a bit of perspective for you, that is the same weight as my carbon handlebars up here. So it's equivalent to carrying around another pair of those with you at all times. But I know what you're all thinking. 191 grams, that is nothing. I mean, have a quick piss before you get on the bike, and you could probably save more weight. I hear you, but what I would say is that all these little weight savings, they all add up. So what I'm trying to demonstrate for you is that if you buy yourself these cheap little upgrades, as and when you can afford to spare a few quid, all these weight savings, they all add up. So for example, if over a few months you bought yourself these titanium skewers and bottle cages, along with this carbon saddle and these carbon bars that I've demoed in previous videos, then that's a total of £66 or 76 bucks. And if all those components are replacing kind of stock or off-the-shelf parts, then you could look to save close to, or maybe even over 500 grams. So basically the same as spending 700 bucks on a nice set of carbon wheels. Not too shabby for $76, in my opinion. Also, if you want to know what constitutes the 500 gram saving I just mentioned, check the video description for some more details. And that's kind of my whole ethos with this channel. So getting a nice lightweight road bike can seem like a super premium endeavor to a lot of people. But if you buy yourself nice little cheap upgrades like this, as and when you can afford it, I feel like it's accessible to everyone, really. Anyway, that is all for this video. So subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. And if you've got any questions or any comments about these surprisingly good skewers and bottle cages that I've demoed, or cheap Chinese bike parts in general, throw them down in the comments below and I'll try to get back to as many of you as I can. Oh, and as always, the links for the stuff that I've shown in this video down there in the description too. Well, I hope yeah, you're all staying safe in these pretty crazy times that we're going through at the moment, and I will catch you all in the next video.